Hello everyone, it's Craig and Lisa.
Hi everyone.
So we're talking about the how. How did we move to Panama? And we have that special guest I've been telling you about all week, Omar Ramsay. He's coming today and very soon he'll be here. So folks, Omar Ramsay, this is our guy. I've been telling you about him. I've been so excited that I'm going to interview him today. And so I'm telling you, because I'm getting your comments and you're telling me that you're here, you're in the city, you're scouting, and you may not have known about Omar before, but now you do. And so even if you have another realtor or whatever you think you already have, he is still good to know. He is a good person for you to know in this city. He has a unique blend of the service that he provides. So do tell me your background. Tell us.
Yeah, well, Jamaican born, by Jamaican parents. A lot of people thought that my dad is from Panama, but he still speaks Spanish, okay?
Okay.
But I was born in Jamaica, in Hanover, a very small town close to Negril. So a lot of people might know Negril because of the sandals. Been there. My dad was here first. Mom was in New York, so I had the choice to go to New York or to come to Panama. And when we chose Panama and we came here, I thought we said we were going to Panama, because, with a bunch of skyscrapers and ocean view properties like this, everything just felt like how I used to see it in the movies. So I just fell in love with the country as soon as I saw, everything that was happening. And it was a very unique situation because we came here under diplomatic protection sometimes. So that was fun to see.
How long ago was that?
This was late 2025. I think, if I'm not mistaken, who's counting, but the 18th of September at 6 p.m. we were here in Panama City. So
you said 2020?
No, 2005. So
2005. Okay.
December 18th, 2005.
Okay.
6 p.m. I was in Panama City. Yeah, that was I call that my date of birth. Because I chose Panama before New York. Some people say, well, that's a mistake. No, I'm happy here. I have a family, 2 kids, a lovely wife. And we've been married now for almost 8 years. Like the 3rd of February will be 8 years of my being married. The same woman. And, that's part of my goal to just, take care of my family and make sure that they have the best things in the world. So that's mainly where I come from. Grew up here since I was 9, 10. So all my experience has been in Spanish mainly, but I still kind of preserve my roots and I still speak Patois, and
3 languages.
Yeah, so 4 if you count Portuguese though.
Wow.
But chose to live here. I went back to Jamaica, but my life was in Panama and my destiny is to be here and serve people like yourself and other people that are coming to the market and have a hard time navigating and getting scammed or getting tricked or robbed or just taken advantage of in general. And my goal is to make sure that doesn't happen and that you actually get what you're trying to pay for.
Good. So give our Spanish listeners a greeting.
Hola, mucho gusto. Mi nombre es Omar Ramsay. Yo hago property management y real estate en Panama y estoy a sus servicios.
Very good. So that's only part of what he brings to the table, the ability to be the liaison with both languages. If you're like us and you speak very Latino Espanol, so that's part of what he brings to the table. But also he brings to the table that he looks like us, right? And so that's we're not saying anything negative about that, but that does help. That we feel like it's part of the trust that we feel like you are. Our angle, what we're coming from, our challenges as well. Right. So that's very true. So do you think that there is an influx of expats moving into Panama now? Are you feeling it?
I'm 100% sure.
Because sometimes you guys don't know, right? Like we think so, but we're in it, right?
Yeah, exactly. Because see, the day that so a lot of people come out here on relocation tours, right? And sometimes they're not sure. It looks like a good idea, but then like, how do I know that that's the right move? Portugal is part of the list of great countries to go to. Costa Rica as well, which has been, have a huge advantage over us. But the thing is, when they get here, and they start to see everything that they have here, and they're just, maybe an hour or 2 hours away from home. They feel, safer in that sense. And again, once, the new president came in, I tell people, I joke about it, like in between 11 p.m. and 2 a.m. on election day, I got at least 14 calls. People like, hey Omar, and calls and texts, right? Hey, you remember me? We met back in August and or January or February, whatever, and I think I'm ready now. And people were ready once they saw what happened in the election, and a lot of people have been thinking about it, but that was like, the tip of the iceberg that kind of set things off per se for a lot of people, and a lot of them have been coming to the country and been looking for different things, whether it's a house or an apartment, and they're able to find exactly what they're looking for because they find someone like myself who listens and cater to what you need and not what I'm going to be making money off, because regardless of what I get you, I'm going to be making money anyway. So it's not about me making money, it's about serving you and your needs.
There's no one way.
There's no one way. And just to wrap up what we spoke about with the political part, that's just something that triggered some people that was waiting or just on the fence if they would like to move to Panama or not, right? But a lot of people, they choose us because we're close to home, we have dollars, and also a lot of people that look like them, number one, but at the same token, English-speaking community that they can take advantage of and get a lot of resources as well. So just want to put that out there. So back to your question, when it comes to how people get here, mainly is because of research, and I would advise everybody do your own research. Like, don't take my word, don't take their word for it. Like, listen to it, it's a good content, yes, but at the same token, do your own research. Know what you want personally and go for that, look for that, right? So if Panama is your choice, then it is Panama. If it's Costa Rica or another country, then that is. But what I will say though is that when people look for us, mainly relocation tours, but also we've been on the list of the best top 10 best places to retire in. And sometimes
number one this year.
Number one this year, right? I didn't have anything to do with that, just in case. Just in case. But
According to us.
Right. But a lot of people come because of the relocation tours, because of we've been in an interesting position when it comes to countries or best countries to relocate to, but also because of the dollar, because of the weather as well. A lot of people love our weather, and right now is even considered high season because of this, because while other places are cold, out here is just a very nice tropical weather, so it's very nice. And I think also that the infrastructure that we have already set up here is very important for a lot of people that are trying to still interact with business in the US and probably do business outside of their country. That helps a lot. The banking system is robust here as well, so that kind of gives them a lot of security as well in saying, if Panama is a good choice.
Do you really cater more to expats, or do you work with a lot of locals, or balanced? Or?
So I have a mixture of client base, right? But I saw a need in the market because when I started working with Black expats specifically about 2 years ago, I saw that every client that was coming to me were coming with some type of wound. I was some type of a doctor to them in that way, because
I'm sorry, some type of what?
A wound, hurt,
Okay.
right? Something had happened, something tragic had happened. Someone, you rented a place from the US, you paid your money, and then when you got out here, they gave you, something that is not what you saw in the picture, or when you wanted to request something, the bed is not, good or whatever. Then you try to reach out to someone, there's no one to talk to. Or the contract says that you can't do this or you can't do that, but you thought you could. And then when you get to translate the contract to your language, you're seeing a whole lot of stuff. You're like, what is this? What did I sign? So
let me just say that what he's saying, people aren't coming with wounds from the United States. They've already been here, and then they had trouble that they had trouble navigating through that Omar has helped them with. So, and our process was seamless, seamless. So yeah, I totally, it made all the difference.
Yeah.
So I can believe that.
I've heard horror stories, people moving into apartments and they have a lot of mold in there. And my company, Solver Services, we can speak about that afterwards, have to go in and kind of treat the mold, eliminate that, and kind of make the place habitable, because that is not really good for your health. Right? Not because you have respiratory issues already, but the mold will cause respiratory issues right now. So there's a lot of things that kind of happen there, and I saw that there was a great need for someone to actually look after our people that look like us, and people that are actually in great need of just moving out of their country and kind of coming here and trying to make a life. So that's why I kind of do what I do in that sense. And sometimes it's really not about the money, honestly. I need the money. I take the money. But it's not about, yeah, of course, it's not a charity, but at the same token, there's no one really looking out for our people. Like there is a corporation that exists here, and they do some of these tours and help you move and stuff, and they are forced to work with white companies, white brokerage companies, not because they just don't, it's just there's no black company that actually exists to cater to our people in that sense, so they have to go with these people. So part of my goal for this year is to create that the market needs as well, so we can take care of our people and your needs and your values, and look out for you in that way.
Yes, absolutely. So Craig and I in our small group at Restored Online Church, we're studying the book of Esther, and it kind of talks about at this specific time, for the time now. And so I say that you are in place for this time, for this season. So there's something going on in the atmosphere, and Omar is in place for it.
Because another question that a lot of people ask me is, can I live here on this kind of budget or with things like that? And then my question is, you probably can, but you just got to figure out, what it is you want and what you can afford, and then prioritizing your wants with your budget. So things you can probably survive anything you want, but if you want nice things, then you gotta know that you're gonna pay more for certain type of things, even here. So things are doable, I guess, at whatever your budget is.
So it's funny that you mentioned the budget, because sometimes I ask people, I'm looking for this, like a 2-bedroom with ocean view and so on, fully furnished, and I'm like, okay, perfect. And what's your budget? And they're like, 1,000, no more than 1,000. And I'm like, okay, that is a real challenge, because what you're asking for, that's not really what it costs out here. And I can understand where you're coming from, because you don't really know what is available. So what I do when I get those type of requests with that price, I show them exactly what that money can get them, and then I tell them, like, if you would just tweak your budget just a little bit, this is what you could get, which is what I think you're actually looking for. Right? And that's something as well that you have to understand. Like, it's not about, you're wrong, this is what you need. No, it's about, hey, okay, understand what you're looking for, this is what this money can get you, but at the same token, if this is what you're looking for, this is what it costs. Right? So people can understand. When it comes to the different type of properties that people love, a lot of people love houses. Now, in the city of Panama, there's not a lot of houses. There are more apartments than houses. But mainly for the city, more apartment per se, or apartment living, or condo living. But then again, when you're moving to a country, and this is just my personal thought, right? Try to do the city first. And then once you're stable in the city, maybe a month, 6 months, a year, I don't know what, how long you would need to scout. But if you have that time, just focus on the city. Then once you're stable in the city, then you want to go to different areas and see what's available. And then you might make a better decision to say, hey, maybe Coronado is a place for me. Or maybe Altos El Maria is better for me in the mountains. Or maybe Chiriquí is better for me because the weather down there in Boquete is cooler than the city, right? Or maybe the city is just better because everything is just available, right? So it's just basically depending on what you're looking for. So don't shy away from telling your broker or the person you're working with what you need, what you're looking for, who you are. The more information you give them, the better it is for us, because it makes it more easier for us to find exactly what you're looking for. We're boots on the ground. So whatever is in your idea, in your mind, you know, we will bring it to fruition. Now we're looking at a beautiful picture painting of the Mona Lisa, right? This was in someone's head, and then it was placed in a canvas, and now it's a world-renowned thing, right? So you are the artist right now, and then you have that in your mind. We will paint that picture for you, and we will make sure that you get exactly what you're looking for, but you have to give us the information so we can work off that. And sometimes it doesn't matter if your budget is realistic or not, we can definitely find something that is budget friendly based on what you're looking for, but there will be some compromises, right? But you know, mainly when it comes to your standards of living, we can uphold that out here in the market of Panama as well.
And that is really important, not just for your apartment, but whether you can move abroad or not, is your ability to compromise, because it's just no matter where. We've checked out Portugal, I'll tell you about that, and Costa Rica, we've checked all these places out. But there is, at the end of the day, no place like home. So but prioritizing the things that are important to you is going to be very helpful. Even other expats that I've talked to here, everybody kind of agrees that you can find someplace to live here within your budget, because it ranges so much.
That's true.
But you have to just know what the things are that's important to you and what you want to compromise on. Same thing with marriage, same thing with everything else. Figuring it out.
So one other question that people often ask is, you know, are you gonna buy, you know, once you get here? And you know, our question is like, no. I was like, let's just see if it works for us first of all. And I was like, no. I was like, I'm okay with renting, and you know, just kind of figuring it out.
Do you see people coming with the intent to buy right away? Or
yeah, I get that a lot, and mainly it's the same thing as I said before. Like, it's basically based on what you want to do, right? If you want to buy, you can buy. If you want to rent, you can rent. But I will say, if you're at a certain age and you're looking to buy a property, like, have a plan for that. Okay, whether you're leaving it with your kids or you're gonna leave it to charity or whatever, you have to have a plan for that. It's not just buying to buy. And if you're gonna buy at a certain age, banks won't lend you, and you gotta understand that. So it's gonna be a cash buy instead of, or owner financing or developer financing. And some of these developers or owners might not consider it at a certain age, right? So buying, very easy. There are a lot of foreclosure property, a lot of resale options as well. Sometimes even your own apartment that you're renting is probably up for sale. And if you really like the apartment, you like the area that you live in, you could probably buy the same one that you're renting. Yeah, so we do rental, we do short-term rentals, so we do Airbnbs. I don't kind of have them in the same category, because out here in Panama, short-term rental is considered 45 days or more, but then Airbnb is anything lower than 45 days. If it's more than 45 days, we just call it short-term rental and just do it anyway. But we manage the short-term rental, the Airbnb, the rental properties, whether it's a house, a condo, or you know, a beachfront property, whatever you're looking for. And also we sell you properties, whether it's a resale or a foreclosed unit as well. Or if you're interested in new projects, we do manage those as well.
Now, I do want to say that, you know, he's in real estate, but one of the reasons that our process was so seamless is because not only that, but I tell you that we decided to move, and he was the only person we called, right? And so he got us in touch with a lawyer. He helped us get our bags from the airport to the location. He was here on site. When we arrived, he had people here to take all of our bags, including our bikes, upstairs. And he took us shopping to get the necessary stuff that we needed that day. Right. So all those little things, I guess that goes back to what you're saying about understanding property management and service. So all those things is what made, you know, it's already kind of, no matter how you feel about moving, it's already nerve-wracking to move to another country, right? Yeah. And so just to have those things taken care of, It's priceless.
Yeah, and to that point as well, when I started out in real estate as a property manager, I was tasked to create some sort of a one-stop shop for our customers, and the only way to get that is by customer service and really listening and understanding your customer, knowing what they want. And the only way you know what they want is because they tell you, and the only way they're going to tell you is if you listen to them when they talk, right? So I kind of understand what people were looking for when I was in property management. So when I did my transition from property management, I mean, I'm still doing property management. When I transitioned as well to sales or take on sales, I kind of had it, I don't want to say easy, but it came, less of a hassle to me per se. Yeah, well,
it's your gift.
because one understands the customer, one knows how to listen to the customer, one understands how to build rapport with the customer, one understands how to service the customer and just feed what they want. Like if customers say, hey, I just want a 1-bedroom ocean view balcony, like perfect. What is your budget? $1,000. Cool. That's what you give them. Like, don't try to sell them on something that is $2,000. That doesn't make no sense. You know what I mean? So my personal thing was, learn how to listen to your customer and just supply their demand. And that's mainly what I did. So from property management to sales now, I still have all that resource and all that those contacts as well. So it's very easy for me to say, hey, what do you want? What are you looking for? Because I have people here that can do literally anything that you're looking for, except deal in crime. Okay, that's the one thing. Crime and drugs is the one thing I do not touch, and I'm not your guy for that if that's what you're looking for. But anything as well to make your relocation process easier, seamless, or to make your life in Panama easier, I'm your guy.
He is. I can witness.
Yeah. Fair enough.
Okay.
Well, just to wrap this up though, just thank you. We're on the other side. We're like 3 weeks in now. But everybody we meet, we're saying, just meet Omar. So we wanted you to meet Omar. The purpose of this video was to explain the how we did it and how we are doing it, because it's an ongoing process. But this guy here is a big part of the how. So I'm going to leave his contact information in the description, and feel free to DM me. He is available. He is growing, and we're really excited about that.
Absolutely.
So,
and just to leave with a closing word, like relocating is change, and change is always hard. So if you have someone like myself on your team, like it will make it a little bit easier for you in the way where you're moving to a different country. So what to expect, right? You can ask all the questions you need. You can find me on social media, mainly do Facebook probably. But you can have my number as well. You can reach out, call, video call, or just text or email, whatever works for you. We'll answer all your questions. Whatever needs you have, we will explain how to go about that, and kind of serve as a advisor to move into Panama. Even if you're not going to work with me and you already commit with someone else, and you're a black expat and you move into Panama, you just want to fact check certain things or just have a second opinion, I'm always open to that as well. As long as I can add value to people, then that's what I would love to do. So thank you guys for inviting me to your channel, and to be able to talk to your friends and family. And just excited to be able to be a part of your journey here in Panama. And
so were we easy clients or hard clients? Tell the truth.
They are difficult clients. No, guys are very organized. Even Marcos, the lawyer that I recommended, he was like, I've never seen anyone so organized with their paperwork and how they do business. Like they had everything from point A to B to C to D, and it was very easy to work with, especially when I needed them to produce any paperwork or sign a contract or just approve something that we needed to do. Like it was very easy to get that done, because once I know what you want and I explain the process to you, I'm telling you how it's going to work up front. You're not going to get any surprise from me. I tell you how it works up front. So once it's time to require something from you, it's not coming as a surprise. So it's very easier actually to go about that. You don't need a second opinion with me. I'm upfront with everything that we're doing. So they were really good customers, and I worked with them again. And anybody that is like that. But to me personally, I don't see bad clients. I just see clients that help me grow to a certain standards as well. So that's how I kind of earn and kind of gain an edge over the market amongst my peers. So that's
like he's like the brother that I can say, Omar, this kitchen is not going to work for me. And you don't mind telling me like it is, like, no, this isn't it.
The clearer the conversation, the better. Honestly.
Oh, tell me one thing that's most challenging working with the expats. Do you have any particular challenges?
I would say the expectation of what to expect as well in Panama. I mean, you're coming from a first world country. We are not technically a third world country, probably second world, but I don't know hear anybody talking about that. But anyway, the thing is, when people come out here, they're accustomed to a certain style of living. I mean, you guys probably live in the US for over 50 years. So coming to a different country, there are certain things that in your mind should be common sense, should be, let's say, standard, which out here we haven't gotten to that level yet. Like we still have to figure out some more essential stuff. So the frustration in that part is something that, you know, I personally for me, because I'm, you know, I don't really take anything personal. I do real estate, come on. But you know, that I think is the major challenge for a lot of people when they're renting out here or they're just trying to do a certain job. Like the expectation is that it's going to be exactly how you had it back home. It's not. Panama is very different. Although we have a lot of services for you, we do have similar things that you're accustomed to at home. Just keep in the back of your mind, I'm in a different country. Let's see how this country operates with certain different tasks or certain different services, and just kind of learn the culture as well. Because Panama does not, although it doesn't have a culture of service, they are friendly and willing to help, and we just have to understand that. And then once we understand the culture, then we can, you know, interact with them accordingly. So that I think is the major challenge for a lot of people as well, because everything else is very seamless, but the expectation that you have for the market is a little bit off sometimes.
Yeah, I agree.
And we kind of, I know we've said this before, but we tell people that if you're even, not only Panama, but in other places, you really have to go to a different country and have an open mind. You've got to respect the country and how they operate, and not impose your ideas and stuff. You've got to just be open and learn, and then things usually work out.
All right, until next time, be blessed. Thanks for watching. Subscribe. Thank you. We got 1,000 subscribers, but thank you.